Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, how to beat the winter uglies.
Also, what do Kevin McAllister's parents do for work to afford that house?
All that and more on the way next. Kentucky basketball coach Mark Pope has been told to stop screaming by his doctor. Why is he always screaming by his doctor is a good question. 8772 Radio U. Apparently his doctor instructed him to not speak above conversational volume for a little while to give his voice a chance to recover. College basketball, those coaches are almost always screaming.
Yes.
I feel like Mark Pope has had a little more to scream about. Kentucky's having a tough start this year, probably not meeting expectations, but he's going to have to give it a rest for a few days, which I believe that'd be very challenging. It's loud in there.
I was going to say, I think it would be pretty much anti his nature to not be able to scream. That's just what he's used to doing.
It's so hard to picture Mark Pope or any college basketball coach going through a whole game and never seeing them screaming at all.
Right. Never see them yell or, standing there on the sideline with their arms folded and then all of a sudden they're like pointing in different directions and yelling at players where to go.
There are times where you can tell, all coaches don't do this, but watching Syracuse for Jim Boeheim always used to do this, and I know a lot of other coaches do too, is like if they'd finally stop screaming, but you could tell they'd be frustrated and he'd be standing there, he'd have his finger on his, in front of his mouth, just a dead expression on his face, just pure frustration.
Yeah.
But he feels like there's nothing else he can do.
Right. He's like, I've already told him what to do and it's just not working or whatever.
Use?
So I'm not going to yell. It's just pointless. Yeah, he's got strained vocal cords. I've never had strained vocal cords. I've had laryngitis and stuff like that before where they tell you to rest your vocal, don't talk, don't sing, anything like that. And it just takes time. It's one of those things that just takes time to recover.
Yeah.
So he's just going to need to take his doctor's advice. There's no medicine you can take to instantly get better.
Yeah. And the truth is, this would be hard in any job, in any instance to me, just to stop talking for a while.
Yeah. Our job, it'd be impossible.
It would be.
We
just have to take time off.
Right. You lose
Mark
your voice
Pope,
sometimes.
Can he skip a game because he needs to rest his voice?
I mean,
is that a valid excuse?
That might be the only way to get better. Because the thing is, I know he's going to be there on the sideline, and somebody else is supposed to be yelling orders for him, and he's not going to like what they're saying, or he's not going to. He's like, you're not loud enough or something, and then he's going to start yelling again.
I wonder if Kentucky basketball fans might want him to take more of a break than just one game.
They're like, this is the excuse to fire him.
Yeah, now we can finally get rid of this guy. Here's my question to you: what is something that a doctor would tell you to stop doing at work if they knew? If a doctor observed you here for a day?
I don't know if there's anything that I do on a daily basis that the doctor would be like, that's bad,
I think for both of us, it might be one and the same.
Okay.
Where a doctor wouldn't tell us to stop, but they'd be like, you need to really consider this. And that is, for me, it's coffee. The doctor would be like, do you need that many cups of coffee a day? You probably want to, for your heart. But then I'd just show him some steady. I'd be like, but look, this one says it's good for me. And for you, maybe Diet Coke, because that's never good for you.
No, it's never good for me. I doubt there's any studies I could show a doctor that would prove that it's okay.
Actually, you know what, even more? The doctor would be like, you can't stare at screens for this long.
Yesterday had a really bad headache from all the screen staring. I was also really tired. And anytime you combine being tired and staring at screens all day, bad combination. I always get a really bad headache from that.
Yeah. Every time I leave the building, which is twice a day, to go walk, and then at the end of the day, it's like I don't even know how to my
brain.
eyes are like, I can't process this. There's things that are more than 2 feet away from you. They do not get it. So, but I also have just bad eyes. We are getting so close to Christmas. The RadioU Mornings Live Christmas show is coming up. That's on Friday.
Crazy. Yeah, tomorrow's 1 week from Christmas.
Yeah, it's practically here.
I know. It's insane. Where did the month go?
It is flown by. I'm still not ready, but something with Christmas coming up, you probably heard this about a dozen times already, and in your life, you probably heard it even more, that like Christmas is the story of Jesus coming to earth as a baby. Christmas we celebrate when, Jesus showed up, when he was born.
Yes.
And we've heard it so many times that it's like, that's just the story.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar.
But when you stop and think about it for a second, how odd that is, that like if Jesus had never happened and then somebody today was like, hey, guess what? God just showed up. He's a baby and he's going to be a baby for a while. And then he's going to be a child for a while. And then finally he's going to be a guy. But it's going to like how Jesus came as a baby. God came as a baby.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It is very, very odd if you actually think about it, God coming in human form. But I think that's what makes Jesus so unique and so easy to relate to, because he did have the human experience just like all of us. We were all babies. We all had childhoods. We all grew up in this life with different things happening to us. Mm-hmm. And so Jesus experienced that right alongside us. And I think that's what's so cool about him and his story.
He came and he lived and he died so that he could understand and like let us know that he understands everything we're going through.
Yeah.
I also think that when you think about how Jesus showed up as a baby, how unexpected and odd that is, keep that in mind, because we always have our ideas of, if you want God to come in a certain moment, we have our idea of like, okay, this is what God needs to do. Here's what he should do and what I need him to do. And so this is how he's going to do it. And God will do things that are unexpected. Don't stop planning what God is going to do for you and let him do it and look for him, because a lot of times he's going to show up in a very unexpected way, in a very unexpected situation that we cannot predict.
Yeah, God is full of that. Jesus' story is full of that, because you think later on in his life, the disciples kind of thought he's going to come riding in on a horse and shining armor, and he's going to take down the Roman Empire. He's going to take down all of these bad oppressors that are hurting us. And what does he do? He rides in on a donkey. It was like a very unexpected entrance from him. Mm-hmm. And that's how he was his whole life. Like, it was very unexpected. And so why would we expect anything different in now? And so, yeah, he's always been doing that.
Yeah. So keep that in mind when you're looking for God. And maybe you've kind of been feeling like, well, like I'm looking for God and I'm not seeing him. It might be because he's showing up in unexpected ways, not the ways where you plan to expect to see him. So if you want to experience that, again, start looking for it, and you might be surprised what you find. But you can also just literally just say, hey, Jesus, I need you in my life. I don't know how you're going to show up. I don't know how you're going to make a difference, but I need it. And he will. If you want to know more, RadioU.com/free gift is a great place to start. The Battle of the Buzz is on the way. We're 30 minutes and counting from the Battle of the Buzz with brand new music from John Keith and Jimmy Rock going head to head. And you get to decide who will be the final regular Battle of the Buzz champion of the year. But calling it regular undersells it, doesn't it?
It kind of does. It makes it seem like it's boring.
Yeah, but what other way can I describe it? Because there is a Battle of the Buzz on Friday, but that's Christmas, not the same.
Yeah, I think we just say this is our Battle of the Buzz.
It's the final.
And then for our Battle of the Buzz that we're doing on Friday for our Christmas show, that's a Christmas edition.
Right.
So
that's
it's just a little bit different than a regular one.
Or we could, this kind of makes it sound cool too, the penultimate Battle of the Buzz.
Yeah.
For 2025.
Yep. Second to last.
I mean, even just the regular Battle of the Buzz is still exciting, though, because it's brand new music. So John Keith versus Jimmy Rock, stick around for that. Now, Trivago, the travel site, has come under some scrutiny as now if you book on Trivago, you are asked to tip.
Why?
Because they need a little extra money.
They do?
Well, yeah, come on. How about show a little gratitude for what the website has done?
Is Trivago like actual travel agents, or is it just a website?
It's just a website. It's just like hotels.com, Expedia.
I would accept this. I would view this as a little more acceptable, even though I still wouldn't tip, if it was actual, travel agents I was working with. Mm-hmm. But this is just an automated process. This is just a website with a list of names, and and prices.
I don't know if you could get a real person on Trivago if you tried.
Right.
If you just made it your mission to be like, I'm going to talk to a live individual.
Someone needs to try that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you just get AI chatbots to try to handle your stuff. But for some reason, they want a tip at the end. On top of all the fees, I'm sure that they charge for everything you book there. So obviously questionable. I kind of thought we had moved past the tip creep
thing.
A little bit. Yeah. Where like you would get asked to tip on when you would do the self-checkout at a store. I kind of thought we moved past that, but apparently not.
It's so frustrating. I definitely am over the tipping stuff. And it doesn't make me, this is what makes me sad about it. It doesn't make me happy to tip. I should feel good about tipping.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't feel guilty. Like, I shouldn't be guilted into tipping somebody.
Yeah.
You know, or an automated system. Like, I shouldn't feel guilted into that.
That's exactly what it is from working in restaurants where if you, like, I did work at a restaurant where if you had if you didn't ask people to tip, if you didn't have like an option on the screen, then almost nobody would.
Right.
But when you turn it around and add that question in, people feel bad saying no.
Yep.
And so they're guilted into it. And so that's why Trivago is, because some people are going to feel bad, even though there's not even a person on the other end.
Right.
You're not even looking into a person's eyes that the tip may not even go to that you have to feel bad about. You're staring into a screen but you still feel bad. It's like, well, I don't want to say no. I have a heart. I'm going to give a little bit of a tip.
There have been so many times when I have hit the no on that.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
On that screen.
Because I feel like that's what's sad is we've got desensitized to it.
Yep.
To sometimes where it would be nice to tip, and I'm still going to say no because that's just my reflex on those things.
To me, I tip 100% of the time for like sitting down at a restaurant where we have a waitress or a waiter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is standard to me. But if I'm walking up to a place and ordering something and they're just making it right in front of me, very rarely am I tipping in that situation.
I will say when I order pizza online and I go pick it up, I do, for some reason, there's a twinge of guilt when I say no on that. I still say no.
When you're picking up,
yes.
You're the delivery driver. You don't need to pick it up.
I know,
if
but
they're
then I
delivering
walk in
it to you,
and they
tip
know
them.
I didn't put a tip on it, and I'm like...
You're like, they spit in my pizza.
I know they don't. I know they're not like that, but it makes but I feel bad. I feel bad because they're working hard in there, but everybody's working hard. I'm working hard. I don't get tips.
Yeah, but you have to think about it in the way of like how people get paid. People that get paid that are expected to get tips, they get paid less than like somebody else that's not expected to get tips.
I feel like a good question would be to open up the RadioU hotline real quick.
877-2-RADIO-U.
What is the least necessary place you've ever tipped?
Like this is a great question.
Yeah, where you're like, why did I do that?
Why did I say yes to this? It was 15%. That was the lowest number they gave me.
Why did you do it? Let us know. 877-2-RADIO-U. We're talking the most ridiculous place you've actually tipped. There's many ridiculous places you'll be asked to tip, but what's the most ridiculous situation where you've actually tipped? 877-2-RADIO-U. We'll start with Cullen, who says, I always tip at our local barbecue place every time just because I like the people, even though it's not necessary.
We heard from William. He says, I have tipped at a barber, which makes sense, but I've also tipped at a food truck, which doesn't make sense.
Oh, but they do. They love to have the jar out, which I find easy to ignore, especially because like who uses cash?
Right.
But when they do flip the screen around and it says, and it wants you to tip that way.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no sometimes.
It's hard to say no, especially if it's a small business like a mom and pop food truck. It's like, these people aren't making a whole lot of money probably doing this. So it tugs on the heartstrings a little bit.
Exactly. We heard from Devin who says, I tipped $15 on Christmas Day at a buffet to the waitress.
Why? $15?
She wasn't even good. I guess I felt bad since it was Christmas.
Oh.
Never again.
Yeah, don't fall for that.
It was a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I guess view it that way. It's not a tip, it's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Well, I heard one time somebody say that they were like visiting a gym, and I guess they didn't have a membership there, but you could like pay to go and, go in
Yeah,
and
day
use the
pass.
equipment. Yeah. And he asked him for a tip for that. I was like, what? Why would you?
And he did it?
He did it because he felt guilty because he's at the front desk. There's a person there. They turn around the iPad and here's the percentages for a tip on your day pass. And I guess you could say it's like, oh, they're cleaning the equipment. But like he cleaned his equipment after he was done using it.
That's what you're like, that's what your thing you're paying for the day goes to.
You're already paying to be there. These employees are paid to be there. So yeah, that didn't make any sense to tip at a gym.
Yeah, I mean mine is always just the places where they flip the screen around and you're looking for the no, but if you look too long, the person on the other side knows you're looking for the no. And so you feel like you just have to press something else quickly.
Yeah. You panic.
Yeah, you just press the lowest one that's on there.
Yes.
But the $15 on Christmas, though. $15.
That's a lot.
At a buffet, that's like probably more than half of what you paid to just go to the buffet.
I was going to say, if it was
Golden Corral.
If it was Christmas Day, there's only a few options that are open, and none of those are expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
But that I still think it was nice, though. That one's nice. Yeah, it was just a lot.
That one you just need to write off as a gift. Like you said, it was a Christmas gift.
Just a courtesy for them being open, even though it was a bit much.
Right.
Macaulay Culkin has weighed in on one of the great Christmas debates. What do Kevin's parents do in Home Alone?
Ooh.
What is their professions? How do they afford all that?
I want to hear his theories, and then I have my own.
Okay, 8772 RadioU if you have your theory. But what he said in a interview he did with the Toronto Sun to promote that he is in the new season of Fallout, he said he believes that his father in the movie was a corporate lawyer.
Okay.
He says that's how they were able to afford such nice things and live in a nice neighborhood. Meanwhile, his mother, Catherine O'Hara, Kate McAllister, was an interior decorator. That's why the house looked so nice.
Interesting. Okay.
That's what he thought. Previously, Home Alone director Chris Columbus has also weighed in on this.
Uh-huh.
It's odd, like he's the director, but he's also just theorizing because it's like nothing canon.
Was written about them. Yeah.
He claimed that Peter was in advertising and Kate was a fashion designer.
Okay.
What's your theory?
Well, I always thought that Kate really had it together, and she was also very like, she's not aggressive, but like she speaks her mind, and she's she knows how to get things done and how to plan and kind of barter and all of that.
She's a type A for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And so I was actually kind of thinking she might be a doctor. She just seems so well put together, and like also just like she's used to kind of ordering people around, if that makes sense. And then I also assumed that his dad was like a lawyer.
He has to be a lawyer, right? Regina says she thinks the dad owns a financial firm.
Ooh, okay.
And the mom is a stay-at-home mom.
No. I feel like she's got that personality that she's got to be in corporate America somewhere, or like she's a CEO, like a doctor. She owns her own practice, something like that.
I agree. Her personality doesn't fit staying at home.
No,
I don't think. But some interesting things. Of course, many people have theorized over the years that Kevin's dad is in organized crime.
What?
Yeah, well, that would explain the money and kind of explain maybe why their house was more of a target out of all the houses in that neighborhood. That couldn't have been the only house, right, that was abandoned for the holidays, seemingly. And so why those guys might have been more likely to choose that because the person, I don't know. That is another theory that's been going around.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to back that up versus Chris Columbus and Macaulay Culkin both not giving that any credence.
Yeah. And you would also think if he's like some big crime boss, these low-level criminals might not try and go after him. They would be
afraid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cullen, he has a good theory here, too. He says, I think they're both in real estate with their own agency. That would make sense. That would make sense with the nice house.
That adds up, too. I feel like Regina with the financial firm thing, though, like if he's like some kind of...
financial planner.
Yeah, exactly. That could explain that, too.
He seems to be good with numbers.
Yeah. Now, college bowl season is getting underway. We've already had a few bowl games take place.
Yep.
There's more starting today. And so, Allie, here's what I've done. I have gone through all of the college football bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have some sponsors that you have no idea what they're for.
Yeah.
I'm going to quiz you on what these sponsors do.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with a bowl game that is actually coming up this afternoon. The Staff DNA Cure Bowl. What does Staff DNA do?
Staff DNA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they do like the genealogy stuff.
Ooh. Then what's the staff part?
I don't know.
The staff part is the more important part
So
of their
they're like
name.
a staffing agency?
They are a staffing agency placing nurses as well as other healthcare providers in contract travel jobs.
Interesting.
I've heard, who did I say? No, somebody was like one of these traveling nurses.
Yeah,
And
it's a
like,
popular job.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good gig.
Yeah.
If you're in nursing anyways. So that is Staff DNA. Now we know. And by the way, that bowl game is today between Old Dominion and South Florida at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. What about the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by Engine?
Engine.
Yeah, Engine. What does Engine do?
Is it like NGEN?
No.
Okay.
It is engine like an engine in a vehicle.
Uh,
A motor engine.
I'm gonna say they do advertising.
Incorrect. The Engine specializes in business travel. They say business travel simplified. Access 750,000 plus hotels at exclusive rates. Average 26% savings with no agent assist fees or contracts.
Why is it called Engine?
I guess that's just their name.
Okay,
Why-
but it's spelled like engine.
Yeah, like
Like a
the
regular
word.
engine.
Yep, Engine. That they present they're the sponsor of the Myrtle Beach Bowl, which is coming up on Friday between Kennesaw State and Western Michigan.
Definitely watching that
That
one.
should be a good one. This one might be my favorite. The Game Above Sports Bowl. What does Game Above do?
Oh, Game Above is the thing?
Game Above is the sponsor.
Game Above is
And
the thing.
I'll even give you a bit of a hint to narrow it down because I've heard this is not the first year the Game Above Sports Bowl existed, but I did think that it was Game Above Sports. And it was just a bowl named after Game Above Sports, but it is the Sports Bowl,
Okay.
sponsored by the company
Game Above.
What does Game Above do?
Game Above. What do they do? Let's say they work in casino gaming.
Ooh. Incorrect. But that's a good guess. Game Above is a privately held global investment company.
So they just do investments.
Yeah, focused on sports, entertainment, and giving.
Giving.
That's what they say. That is the...
Can they give to RadioU?
Yeah, seriously. Game Above Sports Bowl is such a ridiculous name. That's like if you asked an alien to come up with a name for a bowl. They would call it the Sports Bowl.
The Sports Bowl. Okay.
There are going to be players playing in the Game Above Sports Bowl, which, by the way, is next Friday, the day after Christmas, featuring Central Michigan and Northwestern.
Northwestern is bowl eligible.
A marquee matchup. There's going to be guys playing for Central Michigan, and they're going to be telling their grandchildren one day. The grandchildren will be like, "What was it like playing football?" And it's like, "Well, I got into a bowl game," and they'll be like, "Which bowl game?" And it'll be the sports bowl, and they'll be like, "No, you're making that up."
Sounds like Megan Trainor made it up.
Real.
Go sports.
Exactly. Yeah, or Sparkle.
Yeah.
I got two more. What is the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl?
Isleta, New Mexico?
What is Isleta? It's called the New Mexico Bowl. Isleta is the sponsor.
Isleta. Let's say they do optometry.
An optometrist is sponsoring a bowl game? I mean, for all we know, based off the other
It
answers.
could be an optometry company.
No,
Could be.
the
Warby
answer.
Parker.
The answer is basically equally as ridiculous. In fact, it is a resort and casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Should I guess?
Yeah. Why are they sponsoring a bowl? Nobody's going to come to Isleta just because they saw it on
And
ESPN.
why is your name Isleta? That's such an odd name.
Which is confusing because there is an Isleta city in New Mexico.
And it's not
But
the
this
same.
is not the same. And then finally, the SRS. Oh, by the way, the New Mexico Bowl is North Texas versus San Diego State. And that is on Saturday, December 27th.
Wow.
Okay, finally, the SRS distribution Las Vegas Bowl. What is SRS distribution?
SRS distribution.
Yes.
SRS. Well, I mean, distribution makes me think they're distributing something.
Yeah, you're on the right track. What do they distribute?
Let's say they distribute microchips.
0 for 5. SRS Distribution is the fastest growing distributor of building products in the United States.
Building products.
Building, particularly roofing, it looks like.
Roofing, okay.
Yeah, and they're the sponsor of the Las Vegas Bowl featuring Nebraska and Utah on New Year's Day.
I was waiting for you to ask me what the Bucked Up Bowl was.
Oh, yeah. Well, that had already passed. So I figured you watched it and they probably tell you
No,
what it
I
is.
didn't watch it.
The CEO comes on at the end of the first quarter and does an interview.
Oh, he does?
I think they do that for like every bowl game.
Every single one?
Every bowl game,
This is
the
how
CEOs.
few bowl games I watch anymore.
Yeah.
I just do not care.
They're great to have on in the background, but not to watch.
I just don't care.
Police in Colorado arrested a man who stole a police patrol vehicle and took it for a joyride
Oh, no.
naked.
Oh, no.
8-7.
Sanitize that car immediately.
8772 Radio U. Apparently the man climbed. It looks like he went under a gate, if I understand this right. Then he got into an unoccupied patrol SUV and drove off almost completely naked before law enforcement was able to catch up with him. And when they didn't know he was naked at first, they just saw that, this is a patrol vehicle that shouldn't be moving around.
Right.
And so they get him out of there, and it's she's naked.
Oh, man. You'd be surprised how many times suspects steal police cars.
Oh,
I feel like it
apparently they
happens-
just leave him with the keys in, evidently.
Right. Well, because I think the focus is on, I got to figure out what's going on here, apprehend the suspect. And so the focus isn't, let me turn my car off and lock it like what we normally would do when we're getting out of a car. And it's just like you kind of just leave the car there. And this happens a lot. Not the naked part. That part doesn't happen a lot, thank goodness. But a lot of suspects end up stealing patrol cars, which is just like, you're just setting yourself up for failure at that point. They're tracking you. They know what car you're driving. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, this guy obviously couldn't have been in his right mind. They did share some body cam photos from the incident.
No.
Miraculously, you don't see anything.
Hopefully, if he did, it would be blurred out.
He did have, it looks like he had a cloth. He had a flag or something, but he wasn't, that's not clothes.
No,
That's just
no.
covering him that he happened to have. I love that he was arrested. Charges of third-degree motor vehicle theft, second-degree criminal trespass. I believe where he stole the patrol vehicle from was like a police lot.
Oh,
But then
that makes it even worse.
Here's the one that kills me. His third charge, driving without a license. Well, where would he put it exactly? And where would he have kept that?
I mean, they're just like, hey, we can add this charge. Let's do it.
Yeah. So now
Maybe he doesn't have a license at all, though.
who? Yeah, I'm
Because
positive.
don't they give you 30 days to present it if you don't have it on your person or something?
I think, and I'm just like, you must be they can just look it up. Do I really need to take my license with me everywhere now?
Yeah, no, they can just look it up. If you give them your name and date of birth, they can look it up. If you don't have it on you, like you left your wallet at home.
Right.
So
I feel, so I don't know why I always carry mine around. I do want to know, how do they determine who's the unfortunate police officer that this is their car?
oh man, I know. That's the part that I don't like to think about because I'm like, I'd want my car detailed after this.
I think I just want reupholstered.
Just tear it all
Yeah.
out. New seat, new everything.
Yeah, or maybe this is your excuse, I've wanted a new police car or a new cruiser for a while now.
Yeah.
Maybe
We're taking this one out back and burning it.
Yeah, hopefully. Ali, you seem to me to be the type of person that has taste.
Okay.
So I want to get your thoughts on this. This is a person on TikTok, the Ellie Barker. got a conversation going about home decor items that scream, I do not have taste.
Oh.
And so I've got a list here, and I want to see if you sign off on these thoughts. And granted, we should preface this by saying, whatever you choose to decorate your home with, if it makes you happy, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
But other people will judge you when they come in.
They might.
So these might be items that scream to them that you don't have taste.
Okay.
Number 1, blanket ladders.
Blanket ladders. I don't have anything wrong with those. I don't think that screams I don't have taste.
This one person said, just put them in the linen closet. Like, why do your blankets need to be displayed?
Well, a lot of people have the blankets out now in a basket or something out in the living room so that they can be readily available if you need them.
Yeah.
So I think that's similar to what a blanket ladder would offer.
To me, blanket ladder is if your grandma made you quilts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if there's something worthy of being out and about, but if it's just a generic blanket, then either just throw it in a closet or
in a closet though. Yeah. I don't know if I want to put blankets in a closet. I think I'd much rather have like a basket, like a really nice basket or something to put the blankets in rather than like just leave them in a closet.
I'm not going to judge people if you have a blanket folded up over a couch.
No, yeah, that's a throw blanket.
Yeah.
Totally normal.
How about this? Does rattan balls scream, I don't have taste?
It doesn't scream I don't have taste, but it does scream outdated. Those have been outdated for a while.
The comment with that one was, well, I did like mine. After these comments, it's out of here.
Yeah, see, it's just more of the thing of like some people don't realize it's like not really up to date to decorate with those anymore. Maybe 15 years ago.
What about mirrored furniture?
Oh, yeah, no. I don't like mirrored furniture.
I can't even picture what mirrored furniture. Are we talking about like dressers and stuff?
Just any furniture that has a mirror in it. I'm not a fan of that stuff either.
Okay. This one I completely sign off on. Word decor.
Yeah, this is pretty outdated now.
The classic live, laugh, love.
Yeah. So you'll see these more now in your grandma's house. Again, these are just like, they're more kitsch things that are just not popular anymore.
There's a TikTok that one of the first TikToks I ever saw on TikTok, and it's still, I think about it all the time. I quote it. It's these 3 girls. They're Southern. They might be sisters, and I think they're going around their mom's house. It's not really explained, but they're just reading all the signs in her house.
Yes.
And one of them just goes, yum. And I think about that all the time. Let's see. Any gray or silver color scheme?
Okay. I didn't even know that was a trend, so.
It's giving, why is everything chrome from SpongeBob? Acrylic chairs.
Acrylic chairs?
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't know those were popular, so I haven't really seen those in homes.
Crushed velvet. Does that scream I don't have taste?
Crushed velvet. What is crushed velvet?
Let me look this up. I'm not sure that I'm going to be great at describing it.
Crushed velvet. Oh, yeah. That's not, that maybe in the 90s. That might have been from more of the 90s.
Okay, last one. Does this scream I don't have taste? Highland cow art.
Oh, no, it doesn't scream that you don't have taste, but maybe it's just like you're more into like the...
but this is so generic IKEA.
It is, but it's also like, it's a farmhouse aesthetic. You know?
Which is also on the list.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, modern farmhouse style.
That's all because of like Magnolia and Joanna Gaines, like that. The blanket ladder.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a Joanna Gaines thing. And I do kind of get the sense that type of stuff is on its way out.
I got one more that's not. I don't see it on the list here. Gnomes. Yeah, those little, like where they have the hat and you only see the nose and the beard.
I have 3 little Christmas gnomes in my apartment now.
Oh, gnome, you didn't. It's that time of year again. Time for the winter uglies. 8772 RadioU. Have you ever heard of the winter uglies?
I have not. What are those?
The winter uglies are what comes around just about this time of year, where your skin gets dry, your energy gets low, your tan is faded, and you just don't quite feel your best.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty apt description for how I feel in the winter. But I just honestly, I think everybody goes through this, but I I am an internalized person, so I think it's not that I don't think people aren't going through the same issues I'm going through, but it's more so I'm like, I don't talk to people about the struggles I have.
Yeah.
And so I don't always realize that everybody else feels the same way.
You know why? Because you're not on TikTok, so you're not seeing all these people.
Yeah, I'm not seeing all the people complain.
You're not able to commiserate with all these.
The real reason is because I thought, like I'm from Africa, and so I'm not used to, American winter. Yeah. And so I was just like, well, I'm just not used to it. That's why I hate this so much. No, everybody hates it.
No, yeah, it just sucks. Pretty much everybody hates it. But speaking of TikTok, though, I have some answers, some solutions and steps that you can take.
To the
some
winter
suggestions
uglies?
To beat the winter uglies.
Okay.
So here's some ideas. Idea number 1, live a slower pace of life right now. Sometimes you just need to surrender to the situation you're in, and it's the perfect time to romanticize your life. Instead of waking up and rushing around to get out of the house as quickly as possible, take your time. Enjoy your morning coffee or extra long breakfast and start your day off on a more positive note.
I think that's a good idea, but also I will say there is something to like having something to do in the winter because often people have less to do. December is kind of the exception to that. Yeah. December is a really busy month, but then the other winter months you usually don't have as much to do.
January and February, it dries up a little bit.
And so it feels like, I'm just stuck at home. I'm stuck in these winter months. I can't go outside, can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so I think the slower pace thing can work, especially if you're in December or the busiest time of the year. But after that, you may need to actually add some things to do to your schedule to feel like you need to beat the winter uglies.
Okay, step 2 to beat the winter uglies. Stay tanned.
Oh!
Which is not just so that you physically look good, but even if you're not typically a tanner, adding warmth back into your skin can instantly make you look and feel a bit brighter even when the sky is gloomy.
That is very true. I just hate that you have to do it artificially.
Yeah. I've never done fake tanning.
I've done it one time. It was like spray like that you would rub onto your skin. And I did it during the winter months. And man, did I stick out like a sore thumb.
This person says to beat the winter uglies, you need to stick to your summer routine. They say when it's freezing cold and Netflix and curling up under a blanket are an option, getting outside and carrying on like it's summer isn't the most appealing option. However, it just may be the thing that makes you feel more motivated. That kind of sounds like what you were saying about January and February.
Yeah, because I mean, I started running this year and I'm still trying to get out and run even though it's cold outside because I don't want to lose all of that, all of that effort that I put into trying to become a runner this year. And then also, I don't like running inside. I don't like running on a treadmill. It's not very fun.
This gal literally says, if I stick to my running plan, it makes me feel better about my life and therefore myself.
Yes, I completely concur.
And then this person says to beat the winter uglies, dress like a main character.
What does that even mean?
As much as loungewear feels amazing for the winter slump, right now we need an extra injection of color, sparkle, and texture into our wardrobes.
We could all use more sparkle in our lives.
Yeah, this is color theory. Packing your outfits with bold, cool, clear jewel tones and icy shades to stay on theme for the season, but help you feel put together.
There is something about like having a good coordinated outfit that makes me feel better. You know?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's just, if you look good, you feel good.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like dressing for the job you want type thing.
Exactly. Dress to impress, and it actually makes you feel better, more confident.
I say here in my sweatshirt. Look. This is making me motivated. I'm glad I know that we're all going through this, the winter uglies, and now I feel like we have some tools.
Yeah, we're not alone. We can fight this. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.